Hey, hi guys. So we are going to solve some questions. So earlier, I posted a video uh, on my channel regarding the Python tutorials for data science. But Python is just one tool in data science world. There are much more deeper topics which we need to study to become master in this subject. And one such subject is math and statistics. So we are going to start with statistics because it's easier and you will be able to understand where we are heading. So these are some of the basic questions. Although I know if you are in college, you must have studied these topics in your high school. But again, I'm just going over some of few problems and exercise questions to refresh our memories. So the first question we have here is how many outcomes are possible in Bernoulli's trial? So this is the first topic that we are going to learn. So Bernoulli trial is a special type of random experiment that has a very simple rule. It can have exactly two values. So the correct answer is 2. So what are those possible outcomes? So you have only 2 outcomes here. One is success of achieving of an event occurring, and the other is failure. So these are the only 2 outcomes that we have for Bernoulli's. So what are some examples of Bernoulli's trials? For example, flipping a coin, you only have 2 options, head or tail. So there are two outcomes. And some direct questions will only have yes or no answers, right? So all those questions will come under the purview of Bernoulli's trial. So if you have, will it rain today? The answer is yes or no. So 2 outcomes. A newborn baby is either a girl or a boy. That's again girl or a boy. That's 2 outcomes. And is the product defective or not defective? That's again, it's 2 outcomes. So when you have exactly 2 outcomes, that's a Bernoulli's trial. And these Bernoulli's trial must have exactly 2 mutually exclusive. This is important. It should have mutually exclusive outcomes. So success is not dependent on failure. Failure is not dependent on success. Those 2 are completely unrelated and independent. Okay. So some conditions of Bernoulli's trial. So exactly 2 outcomes should be there. The number of trials should be finite. So you should have some ending. So for example, if you're tossing a coin, you should be able to toss it for a finite number, not infinite number. Then you have each trial should be independent, as I said, mutually exclusive. And the probability of success stays the same for each trial, and probability of failure is also the same. So this was the first question that we saw. Next is a fair coin is tossed 12 times independently. What is the probability of getting 7 tails? If you see here, although you can use Bernoulli's, but I'm just going to say that you have the number of finite numbers of events, and you are asking how many tails you have. So only 2 outcomes comes when you are tossing a coin, which is heads or tails. So let's understand this problem. So each toss has 2 outcomes. So you have 2 outcomes here, head or tail. The coin is fair, which means probability of heads is half. Probability of tail is also half. Now, if we to get exactly 7 tails out of 12 tosses that we are going to get, we are going to use binomial trial or binomial probability. So binomial probability says, let's see the formula. So probability of a success, in this case it's tail, is n over k, pk, 1 minus p, n minus k. I'll explain. So n here is number of tosses. As I said, this has to be finite number. Here we have a finite number 12. K is what's the desired event outcome we want. The desired outcome is we want 7 tails out of 12 events. Then we have probability of success, which is p, is half. If we are going to plug these numbers, we are going to get 12 over 7, half 7, half 7 minus 12 minus 7, n minus k, right? And your final outcome is going to be somewhere near 0.193. So 0.19 is the answer, and this is the closest answer that you're getting from the options. Okay, I hope this makes sense. We learned binomial trials, and then using binomial probability, the got the answer. So only thing you have to remember here is this formula. This formula is very important. So if you remember this, you will be able to solve questions which only have two outcomes. Next, we have another problem. So upcoming T20 series between India and England consists of 5 matches. The only two outcomes are possible: either one team will win or the other team. Assuming both teams have equal chances of winning each game, what is the probability that India will win all matches against England? So again, you're seeing there are two outcomes. When we say there are two outcomes, it becomes by default Bernoulli's problem. Here n is, so there are 5 matches that people are playing. The two teams are playing. Two outcomes: either India wins or England wins. Probability of England winning is half, and probability of India winning is half for each match. Now, probability that India wins 1 match is half. Probability that India wins 5 matches is, it wins the first match, second match, third match, 5. So it's half to the power of 5, which becomes 1/32. This is a very direct answer that you get. This was a very direct way of solving the question. But again, as I said, if you wanted to use the probability of Bernoulli's trial principle, then you can use that as well. So you have n over k, pk, 1 minus p n minus k. Okay. By the way, n over k is basically your factorial. So 12 over 7 is 12 factorial over 7 factorial, 12 minus 7 factorial. I hope this makes sense. You already know. So that's why I didn't explain in the last problem. So in this problem, we have n is 5 matches. Okay. K here we have 5 again, because we want outcome for 5 events where India won. So then you have, if you put the numbers in this equation, you get 5 over 5. Half is the probability of India winning 5 times. Then we have 1 minus half of England winning. 5 minus 5, we don't want England to win. And then again, we get the answer as 1/32. I hope this makes sense and you are able to solve this problem. Thank you.